3, 2, and 1.
Welcome to the Game Case, a show for, well, anyone that plays World of Warcraft. The show rife with ramblings, tips, tricks, and goings-on in WoW. Here's your host, Chris Case.
Well, hello, hi, howdy, and welcome to episode 66 of The Game Case. I am Chris, also known as Cuddles, a Brewmaster Monk on Airy Peak in the Convert to Raid Guild.
And I'm Turart, a Beast Mastery Hunter, also on Ares Peak server in the Convert to Raid Guild.
This week, we're going to talk a little bit about our week in gaming, answer some questions from the Cuddle Crew, and then we're going to be talking to an amazing woman in the gaming community, a host of The Sundering, along with a couple other wonderful podcasts, someone that I truly and really look up to in podcasting, somebody that I may or may not have totally fanboyed out over when I first met her. She was actually my very first picture that I took at my very first BlizzCon.
Aww.
Zia, how are you doing tonight?
You're so sweet. I'm good. I'm blushing. That's really, really sweet. Thank you. I love that. That picture, I kind of want to switch our mouths, though, because we have almost the exact same expression. And I kind of want to like Photoshop your mouth on my face. I need to do that. I don't know if I'll have time before I leave, but it's, thank you for saying that. Was really nice to say. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely full schedule, especially right before BlizzCon, to hang out with us tonight. How was your week of life?
It's been a little wild. We've planned somewhat poorly with my husband's vacation, in that he took vacation the week before BlizzCon. So I was actually in Gatlinburg, Tennessee this past week, and I just got home yesterday, and now we're doing all the laundry, and I'm shipping back out tomorrow and driving down to Atlanta to fly to California with one of my buddies, Servis, who helps calm for the storm, the sundering, all that business. So it's been crazy.
Woohoo! Well, I definitely can understand the kind of the hecticness coming into BlizzCon. I think everybody that's going can. But I do have one thing before we dive into to everything that we've been doing. I have a little bit of an announcement for those that have followed the show. The Game Case show has been a solo podcast since it started. So since episode 1, I decided to embark on this journey alone and by myself. I had done podcasts with co-hosts before, and I didn't have anyone that I felt fit the show. I didn't want to worry about people scheduling. I didn't want to have to rely on somebody else. And you may have noticed that there's somebody that has been showing up a whole lot on this show here recently. And everything that I just said, having someone to rely on, having someone that I can trust, having someone that I respect, love, and desire to be on this show has totally happened. Guys, I wanna take a quick minute and announce and congratulate. I don't know if congratulations are in order or an I'm sorry for what you're in for. But guys, congratulations to Turarts. I'd like to announce she is now officially the co-host of the Game Case show. Turarts, thanks for doing this.
Oh yeah, now I'm the one that's a blushing. But yeah, no, it's been fun. We've been doing this a couple weeks, and now it's official, and it's gonna be awesome. And yeah, it'll be good. I'm excited.
Right on. So guys, there will be. As you've seen, Turarts has been on the show a little bit. We're not going to be changing the format. We're not going to be like majorly changing the show. There will be a change to the intro and outro soon. TM. I don't know, sometime in the next few months.
Before the end of the year.
Or next year. I don't
there we
know.
go.
It'll happen. But T is here to stay, and I really appreciate her. And hopefully everyone that I've talked to has been really excited about this, about the addition of the show. So with all that, why don't we go ahead and why don't we dive into what we've been up to this last week, either within or outside of the Blizzard universe. Zia, why don't you kick it off? What have you been up to with gaming?
So with the traveling I've been doing, I've been trying to sneak a little bit of gaming in when I can. And so my husband and I like to game together. I'm lucky in that he likes video games just as much as I do. And so we just wrapped up playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided. We just beat it right before we left for Gatlinburg. So that was the most recent game that I've been playing. Otherwise, it's been really, it's sad, isn't it? Like we podcast about video games. We're going to a video game convention, and it's like I haven't had time to play video games. So yeah, that's the most recent one, and yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Right on. How about you, T?
I have actually been playing a lot of WoW. I finally finished Stormheim, which I love this expansion. Still my least favorite zone just because of the hills. I hate the hills. I hate the mountains. Can't do it. But I'm out and I'm in Suramar now. So that is a lot of fun, and definitely I think you kind of step up the game in that zone as my repair bills keep going higher and higher and higher. But yeah, loving it. We are a week away from starting the Let's Teach You How to Raid thing we're doing for CTR. So I have a week to actually, get gear and pretend like I know what I'm doing. So it'll be fun. And then outside of WoW, there's a game called Costume Quest. It was free on Xbox Gold, like months and months and months ago. It's a very cheesy game, but I'm addicted to it. Basically, you collect Halloween costumes, and then you have to go like trick or treat and fight bad guys. And I started playing it for Miles, my 4-year-old, because he likes watching us play video games. I'm like, this is family friendly. This isn't Batman, Origins or Arkham City or other games he's seen. It's a good one. And now I can't stop playing it. Like he goes to bed and I'm like, okay, let's do this. So yeah, you'll be addicted. Don't get it.
It's so cute.
It's good. It's Halloween, so I figure it's okay. That's what I'm telling myself at least.
So I have to ask, I would be totally remiss, and I know the entirety of this show's fan base would be very angry with us if I didn't ask for an update on Pythagoras, your math game that I just really don't understand.
It's Pythagorea is going well. I am on level 8 right now, which is called harder. And then it gets very hard, and then it gets impossible. But yeah, it's a good, like, I need to waste 5 minutes time kind of game. And you get to do math, which I know like only 2 people really appreciated so far. But those 2 people, it's good. It's good. Cuddles, what have you been up to, hon?
Well, a lot of my normal gaming, getting back into the swing of things with Twitch, coming out of TwitchCon. I'm just kind of getting over that con hangover, and now about to dive right into another convention.
Oh, that's right, back to back. Holy cow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. But I will say there's 2 things that I need to talk about. One of them is a game called Slayaway Camp. That I picked up. The devs actually sent me a code and like, hey, can you play this thing? Oh my lord! So imagine a puzzle-based game with a Minecraft art style, like kind of that like pixel construction thing going on, where your goal is to murder people. It is so awesome.
Give me that name one more time.
Slayaway Camp.
Okay.
Actually, if you're in, there you go. There's a link to the Steam thing in the chat. You play as a serial killer with no ability to stop himself as you try to take out those pesky teens. It is like, I'm not normally one for puzzle games, but when you throw in like cute little murders of Minecraft characters, it's awesome. And then so outside of that wonderful adventure, I played another game called Viking Squad, super fun little kind of Castle Crashers-esque game that, again, a TwitchCon dev gift. But I also spent 24 hours leveling up a new World of Warcraft tune. The goal was to get to level 100. We had some hang-ups and some incredibly ridiculous dungeon groups. Like, I think 48 to 56 took me like 4 hours. It got pretty crazy in there, but we hit level 61. I played a little bit offline. That tune is at 62. I'm gonna have it at 100 here very soon. It is a druid. I'm gonna be going either kitty or bear druid, and having a whole lot of fun with that. Got to do a bunch of dungeons. Got a bunch of people from the community to jump in and play with us, and just had a whole lot of fun. And I'm finding myself like reinvigorated and ready to play, like ready to dive headfirst back into WoW, now that I kind of have a different tune to play. My brewmaster was not exciting me for this expansion just because I was dreading tanking, and so then I roll a bear druid. I don't know how that works out mentally.
That makes
but
sense.
Yeah, I don't want to tank, so I'm gonna roll this other tank and
They're dang.
things. But I had a whole lot of fun with it. There'll be some continuing adventures with that, and I'm just really enjoying WoW again, and it's been it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So guys, I don't think we have any questions for the show because Cuddles was horrible and didn't ask any questions. Didn't ask the community to give them to us. So we're gonna skip that part.
He did. I want to call you tarts because it comes out weird if I was just gonna say tart.
Darts.
So she asked. So see, you're good. Says this is why you're the co-host. She done good.
Oh
She
wow,
done good.
Darts, you
Did well.
rock. All right, well, listening audience, it's you guys that are slacking. Let's get some more questions for the show. If you're wondering how you can do that, go to bit.ly/CuddlesDiscord. That's bit.ly/CuddlesDiscord. You can drop there's a channel called Questions for the Show. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just drop some questions in there. We'll be more than happy to answer them right here on the show. Actually, here, you know what? We have an impromptu one, and I like it. From Alessander, question from the Cuddle Crew. Did you watch any esports tournaments over this weekend? Did you guys, Heather or Shorts? Or Zia? Sorry.
So it's okay. You can call me. You can refer to me as whatever. I'll answer to it.
Oh, sweet.
Dirty or otherwise.
Woohoo.
I watched a little bit of League of Legends, but nothing really extreme. It just was on at a bar I went to, but it wasn't enough to say that
Hold up. What? It was on it? What sort of cool bars are you going to that they have League on?
They had ESPN on, and so it just happened to be coming on, and they didn't change it. So I was really jazzed about it.
Oh wow, that's normally when like the sports fans are like, "What is this?
Freak out.
Yeah.
You got like women's golf or something you could throw on? I don't know what this crap is. You got bowling? You pro bowling on?" What about you, T? Did you catch any of the Hearthstone or the HOTS or the League that was going on this weekend?
No, I actually had to socialize this weekend. So I was not home. I had to be around actual people. But no, we actually had a situation where people were flipping through ESPN and that came on, and that started a debate about esports that I got heated into before we found the Cubs game. But no, I had to be around people.
I guess you're the gamer in
Yes.
it's like that group of friends. Oh yeah, it's like you have your group of friends who don't understand why this is on ESPN, and then yes, I feel you.
Love my group of friends that don't game. I do, but then things like that'll happen, and I'm just like, oh, you're lucky you guys are cool in other aspects because you're not cool in this one.
Yes.
Oh, so I did get to catch some of the Hearthstone stuff. Like I've been really into the Hearthstone here lately, and finally I got up to rank 12. I'm pretty happy about that. Probably I'm gonna try to play some more before the end of the month. But got to see some of Handsome Guys matches, and I don't know what it is about competitive Hearthstone that just draws me in. And it shouldn't, because I'm watching it. I'm like, this should bore me to death. Why am I watching this? And it's just, I don't know. I'm really excited. That's the one thing that I'm going to miss at BlizzCon is being able to get in there and watch some of the esports stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really, really, really cool stuff that they're doing, and their production values are incredible. So guys, why don't we go ahead and jump right in to the meat and the potatoes of the show because we have the wonderful, the lovely Zia. Zia, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, good grief. I wouldn't know where to start. In terms of podcasting background, like, I started with the Sundering back in like 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. And I've been doing that show. That show is still going on somehow. And I also have, in terms of my shows, I'm on a few things now. We do Get Up and Go Together, me and Mr. Cuddles here, which is like a get healthy Pokemon show. And I do Netfreaks as well, which is a Netflix originals coverage show. And then Calm Before the Storm was something I started to work on. Gosh, this will be the 4th year we're doing it. So that's my gaming, I guess my podcasting side in a nutshell. That's probably what most people would want to, who is this chick? What qualifies her? Kind of thing.
Well, you mentioned the Sundering, and I would just like to shout out because you guys are 2 away from 300, which is amazing. Yes.
Wow, I don't even know. I haven't been on the last 2 episodes. Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, the last one, well, at least that I listened to, was 298. So I'm like, oh my God, that is a lot of time you're spending together.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long journey with Ray and Sarah, and I love them both. And it's, I don't know. We just keep going. I think Sarah kind of, thank goodness for him, because he has really been sort of the rock of the show and making sure that things have been maintained and going on. Ray and I are very lazy. And if it wasn't for him, I think the Sundering could probably still be on 300 episodes, but be even worse. So, 300, isn't that crazy? It flies.
That's incredible. I like, it's, guys, if you're not listening to the Sundering, you should be. It's one of my favorite podcasts to veg out to. These guys are absolutely incredible at what they do.
Thank you.
Sarah's always drinking some amazing sort of like whiskey or
fancy
bourbon,
or
something that I can't find in the in the liquor store down the road that sells Colt 45 and Mad Dog 2020. He's drinking an entirely different class of things.
His pinky.
He's got his pinky up. I would like have a plastic jug next to me.
Hey. That's fine.
Hey,
I got you. I have my little my thing too. So
nice. But no, you should definitely go check them out. But you do something with BlizzCon. There's something going on at BlizzCon that you're doing there. What is this thing?
So it's called Calm Before the Storm. It happens on the Thursday. On Thursday, November 3rd, which is, of course, the Thursday before BlizzCon kicks off. And it's I don't know where to start, because I don't know what, like, I could go on, and I don't want to kill your all's time.
Dude, no, tell us all about it. That's why you're here.
I guess that's true. Calm Before the Storm, featuring World of Podcast. So it's a free event. It goes on at the Hilton. It starts at 5:30 and goes all the way until 11 o'clock. And the thing that we tried to do with Calm Before the Storm, at least the last few years, has been to try and offer something for everyone to come, just feel relaxed, just get into things, have fun with their friends. World of Podcast is sort of one of the staples of our event. You can come and listen to your favorite podcasters. Cuddles will be there. So you can come and listen to the different panels. We have sort of one for each thing. We have a Warcraft panel. We have a Hearthstone panel, a podcasting panel. I could sit here and list them all out. By the way, all of this is available on the website too, so you can see who's going to be there and who's moderating the panels. But we are going to have folks like Scott Johnson will be there moderating a panel. The other thing that we offer at the event is an art gallery. The art gallery is a little bit smaller this year. It's a little bit more streamlined. Normally we have about 200 pieces of art. We're looking at about 150 this year. But it's all given away for free at the end of the event. It's all community submitted art that we we contact artists throughout the year, and then we compile it all together and then mount it and display it at the end. Like I said, the end of the event, it's all given away for free. What else? We have a meet and greet that this will be our second year doing a meet and greet, and we're really excited about that. We're going to have all kinds of people there. We have folks from Method, Michelle Morrow. Again, all on our website. There's a fair, like 20 to 30 people or so for the meet and greet this year. Vendors, we're going to have community vendors, so folks who have like Etsy's are going to be there selling their goods. Drinking.
It's
Alcohol.
BlizzCon. Hashtag
It's
BoozeCon.
BlizzCon, so there will be booze. So it's just kind of a photo booth. We're gonna have a photo booth this year. In the previous years,
Oh,
we've done a green
nice.
screen. Yeah, we actually are gonna do a photo booth proper this year. I was in charge of I was in charge of it this year. Normally we've done the green screen, and I was like, you know what? I think it would be fun to just, they said they can fit like 10 people in one booth. I don't think
Wow.
that's possible, but I think we should challenge this, like challenge accepted, and try and fit 10 people into a booth. So I just thought that would be really fun for this year. So yeah, that's, gosh, in a nutshell, like how do I compress a year's worth of work into a 5-minute spiel? But again, it is free. So just show up. You don't need to do anything. You just come up to it's in the second floor in California A and B ballrooms at the Hilton, and you just walk in and enjoy. That's all there is to it. So
It's amazing.
thank you. Yeah, it's a labor of love.
And didn't you guys expand this year? I feel like you guys added a ballroom this year, from what I've been following.
Yeah. So this year's been it's been a challenging year. And one of the things that we're tackling is doing we're going to be in ballrooms. So the way it works is the Hilton is a quick little, the way the sausage is made. The Hilton's divided. It has a big ballroom. It's divided into 4 pieces, and we're going to be in 2 pieces of this humongous ballroom. So yes, in short, yeah, we're going to be on a different floor. We've normally been on the 4th floor. And it's logistically, I'm a little bit nervous just because we're used to a format of having multiple rooms, whereas everything is going to be in 2 very big rooms. So that's been a little nerve-wracking. I've accepted that whatever happens, it'll be fun. It just will be different, and we'll see how it goes in that regard. So we prepared as best as we could, I think.
Good. So yeah, that's just huge. This is your guys' 4th year. I can't believe it's been that long. I think this is Well Played Convert to Raids 4th or 5th year too. Oh my God, it goes fast.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Well Played this year because I didn't get to go last year because I was pregnant, and I showed up for like 2 days of BlizzCon. Yeah, that's where I saw Cuddles. We've never met when I wasn't huge, so I'm looking forward to being able to actually properly give you a hug and hang out and drink. But yeah, so I missed going to Well Played last year because I left on Friday morning. So I'm really excited to hang out with you all this year. I'm really excited about it. Plus, my event will be done, so then I can help enjoy your all's. And I've told Cuddles to put me to work, although I don't think he'll let me. I've told Cuddles and I've told Jules, but she'll probably push me and tell me no. But
Just get in front of the camera. That's what we need.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all.
that's
Just come and sit down and say hi to me.
oh, you know that I will.
Bring
You'll probably
the
have
boys.
to get rid of me. You're gonna have to call the Sandman and have him come like hook me off and like leave. Like play the music. Okay, take the stick away.
Make sure Cuddles has water. That's the mama bear in me, because he's going to be sitting in front of the camera, I think, like 99% of the night.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm in front of the
Water.
camera from like 5:30 to 11.
Yes.
That's a really long time. Yeah, absolutely. I will make sure you
So-
get water. I need to commit it. Bring you water. So
And it's hilarious when I do that little bit. It's people always. Somebody told me, actually, several people have said, "Man, as we watch the live stream, you got drunker and drunker." I was like, I wasn't drinking. Like, what was going on? That like it seemed like I don't know if I was getting exhausted or more excited or like what it was.
Sleep deprivation will do that to you.
Yes, it will.
That's actually really, I mean, it's well, I mean, you can relate to this. It's exhausting. Like the process of having an event, of working an event. I have a newfound appreciation for folks who do things like PAX and Dragon Con. It's exhausting. So I feel your pain. Yeah.
So
I think though we're good to go for the well played.
yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. I think Namax
about
just said it right. I think I was getting a contact drunk off of just the people, just the alcohol fumes off of Ladybug Laura just nailed it as well. Definitely a contact drunk.
Yes.
But now you guys are Calm Before the Storm. You're still selling a little bit of swag, right? There's still some stuff available.
Yes. So you can do a couple things. And there's links through our website. You can buy shirts that were made sort of exclusively for our event by community artists, and then we have posters. We have a little poster bundle. It's $15, and it's a Horde and Alliance poster. It was made by an artist named Chuibaka, and you can pick it up. It's only available for pickup at the event, so you get it in advance from Eventbrite. But and it's sold at cost, and you get a poster tube, which is super handy for the rest of the weekend because you're going to be getting posters and pictures and things like that from BlizzCon, so you can wrap all of your posters in it and then take it with you home. So it's also it offers utility as well as fun, the posters. So
Woohoo! Well, before we dive into some of the other things that you do, I didn't want to take a second because we hadn't done this, and we're like right before BlizzCon, and I've seen some tweets going out of people where it's their first time going to the con, and I know you're a veteran, and we're sitting here and we're talking about how exhausting it is and how tiring it can be, and a lot of that does have to do with some of the events that we're involved in, but a lot of that's just a convention. Can we take a second? Would you have any tips for a first time con goer? Their first time at BlizzCon. What should they do? What should they look out for? Stuff like that.
It changes every time I think about this. So I would say, thinking about where I'm going to be here in the next few days, I would say take care of your body. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you drink water. If you do drink alcohol, you will be drinking a lot. It's sort of unavoidable, like, if you do. So make sure that you hydrate. Make sure that you eat well. I know how lame that sounds, but it's true. You don't have to stay in the convention center to eat. Take a minute, take a breather, go outside, get some sun. The food trucks are awesome. There's a food court in the Hilton. There's some options in the Marriott. There's like a cafe. It's okay, but just hop on Yelp, look for something in the area, take a walk. Just, not that you won't be walking a lot already, but just take care of your body. Except that you might not be able to see everything the first time. What else? Make sure to go. That said, even if you have no interest in StarCraft, one of the most, other than the opening ceremony, which is by far one of the best things ever, I'm going to miss that this year because I don't have tickets. I'm just going to hang out and sit by the pool. Hey. Yeah, so Scott, also, we're like pool club. Try and make a point, if you are going to the convention, to go to the opening ceremony and then go check out the StarCraft arena. It is one of the most incredible things I have ever seen. The screen it's just jaw-dropping. So try and make a point, and again, even if you don't play StarCraft, you do yourself a favor and go look at the arena, the fans. You'll get excited about it, and you won't even know what's going on. So there's that. Any other really major things? I don't know. Hug all your friends. Be happy you're there. And just take care of yourself. Yeah, that would be, I guess, my top ones in a nutshell.
I think you just killed about anything that I would have said. Other than let me add this. If there's anyone that you want to meet whether it's a Blizzard employee, whether it's a podcaster, whether it's a guildie. In CTR, we see it a lot. With like, oh, I want to meet Pat Crane or Jules or Mark Conan or Darius or, you know, like the people that comprise the front-facing podcast wing of our amazing guild. And they're like, well, I don't know. Like, can I go over? Yes. If you see
Of course.
anyone, don't be that person that stands in the corner and stares at them for 45 minutes. Although, if you need the 45 minutes to work up the courage, go ahead.
Yeah.
I will let you in on. And Bordardo asked the question: what happens if you're socially awkward? Let me let you in on a little secret. And I know the two ladies in here a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and speak for them and go ahead and say all three of us really socially awkward at times.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
We
all are.
Yeah, everyone is, with the exception of Pat Crane. He's like way too cool for school. I don't know how he does it.
I don't either.
But just go up and say hi to these people. They're just people. If you're socially awkward, they'll pick up on it and they're gonna be awkward with you, or they're gonna make. I'll give them the chance to wrap their arms around you and bring you into the social circle. Let them bridge the gap. The personalities that are around, that's what they do. They bring people into communities and allow them the opportunity to do that. The one other thing that I'll mention that kind of comes up every year is if someone isn't, don't be offended if somebody pulls away from a hug, if somebody doesn't want to hug. Some people aren't huggers, some people aren't touchy-feely. And sometimes it pays to ask. I put out the disclaimer quite loudly and quite publicly going into BlizzCon. I am a 6'3" overweight neckbeard named Cuddles. If you don't want me to hug you, you need to let me know because you're probably not going to stop me once I go in for it.
I didn't realize how tall you were until we first met, and I was like, holy crap, you're a foot taller than me, literally a foot taller in an inch. Awesome hugger, though. Great hugger.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I pride myself on my hugs. Also, pro tip from Alessander: bathe. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Guys, this is not the time to be known as
that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Girl.
Don't be the guy from Peanuts with like the don't be Pigpen with like the flies swimming around you. Like don't do that. And on the Concrud note from Alessander, as I like scratch my eye, try not to touch your face. Like if you're worried about the Concrud, wash your hands, don't touch your face. Don't share
hand
drinks.
Sanitizer.
Yes, tarts. Yes, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I don't do the hand sanitizer thing. I'm happy with the germs that are on my hands. They haven't gotten me sick yet. Which is not to say I don't like wash my hands, but I don't know. The hand set, it freaks me out. But yeah, guys, go and have a lot of fun. But
yeah, and oh, sorry, I was gonna say I agree so much with you about going and saying hi to people. I've only been nervous when I'm at Grosscrawler, and so Matticus had to introduce me. In fact, he's had to. Well, now he won't be there, which makes my heart sad. I have a really strange fascination with Ghostcrawler. I had a really strange fascination with him. I don't know. It's because he was like my size and adorable, and he told people off. Like he would just nerf people. He didn't give a crap. So so he's my hero, and I was really nervous to meet him, and Matticus was just like, don't be insane. Just go over and say hi to the guy. So yes, especially Jules, because she's one of the sweetest human beings.
Oh yes.
And she really is, and she works really hard. Your whole team works really hard, and it really says a lot when you go up and you're like, hey, I'm just happy to meet you. Everyone is going to be happy to meet you too. I promise you. I promise you. I know it's easy for me to say, oh, don't be awkward. It's okay. Like I get it. But it's so special, and you make a connection with another person, and it's so worth it. And everyone's really happy at BlizzCon, right? Everyone is so jazzed to be there that people are really sweet. So yeah, I like that you said that.
Now we talked about, you mentioned Get Up and Go, you mentioned The Sundering. You also do a really cool show about Netflix shows.
Yes.
Yeah. Netfreaks. So Netfreaks it's really taken off, actually. I do that show with a fair amount of people, but David Troy is sort of the ringleader of that show, and he's done a really excellent job. We do a lot of shows. I think they're just now recording. They just watched Black Mirror, I believe, so they're going to be doing Black Mirror. When I get back home, we're going to be covering The Crown. But they've done a really big chunk of Netflix. It strictly does Netflix original shows, although we're in the process of setting up a Patreon and want to cover movies as well. So, Netflix has been a really fun, not video game related thing that I've been doing, when normally I'm very Tarts, you're so cute. You're like, you're like, yes, I understand.
I do.
Yeah.
That's my best friend is Netflix. You don't have to socialize with anyone, and no one judges you except for when it says, "Do you still watching this?" I'm like, "Yes, stop it, Netflix."
Yes,
I'm still watching this.
Yeah, I'm binging it right now in my pajamas. So,
oh yeah.
So yeah, Netflix is a really fun show outside of the usual wheelhouse that I'm in of video games. So it's nice.
Right on. I can say that I got to come on for Fuller House.
You did.
Oh.
And it was so much fun to like you said, to step outside of video games and just do a podcast about some of the other, like, I don't know how nerdy Fuller House is. But like it was just so much fun. It was it's just a great time, an amazing cast of people. Guys, make sure you check out Netfreaks. And then you're the official event coordinator for D20. Is that the title?
Yes.
That was the title. Although because we went through this sort of like, I don't want to use the word merger thing, but way back like 2 years ago or so, me and Seraphis, who I do The Sundering with, who does Con Before the Storm with me, had I guess we'll call it company called Catalyst Gaming Media, and we decided that D20 Crit was a bigger umbrella that we could fit into with Catalyst. So I became event coordinator because they felt like I could handle things like a Con Before the Storm, and so it's been a little tricky because as soon as we kind of came together with D20, I got pregnant, so it put any kind. Yeah, exactly. So in terms, we want to do more things than just Con Before the Storm, but it's been a little tricky getting the ball rolling on it. So eventually, maybe East Coast.
Big thing though. Like if that is your one thing, that is an epic one thing to have.
Thank you. Yeah,
it is huge.
Yeah, it is big. I would really like to do something that isn't necessarily Blizzard focused on the East Coast, even if it's just something much smaller. I know, I'm on the East Coast too. It would be way easier. So that would be my next, that'd be like the dream, right? To be able to do something, I don't know if it would piggyback on a major East Coast convention or would it be a standalone? I don't know what that would look like just yet, but that's the dream right now.
Ooh, like a big like maybe an event at PAX East?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah,
like
exactly.
Dragon Con or one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, like just like it is for the BlizzCon, a celebration, a party for people to get together maybe either before one of those events and just hang out and celebrate being together. I don't know what that looks like yet, but or it could just be a standalone thing. It doesn't necessarily, it's just a little easier when everybody's together already for a convention. So.
Oh yeah. Especially, I mean, I know a lot of people save up all year for the convention. A lot of people are doing, like, for me, I'm on the convention circuit now, as it were. So like trips outside of, like, I have PAX South, PAX East, BlizzCon. I have something else booked as well.
We just did TwitchCon too.
Yeah, and I just got back from TwitchCon. It gets busy out there. Jeez. All the cons. T, you got anything else for the lovely Miss Zia?
Well, I will say, I know we already talked about the Sundering, but I appreciate what you guys do, especially your introduction, because you basically, you say, okay, this is not suitable. Like, we're going to say what we want to say. And I love the part, like, if you're a vegan, it's 100% okay. But I love the part where you're like, this isn't suitable for clergy members, vegans, and there's another line in there.
Fans
I'm like,
of the show, Cop Rock,
yes.
vegans.
It's just amazing. And I love the family-friendly thing we do, because we do that here, and we do that for the converted. But I definitely respect and can get down with some after-hours action. So it's a good show if you have sensitive ears. But no, seriously, I love the Sundering. I just can't say enough. You guys are awesome, and you worked so well together, too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that it is an explicit show.
Yes.
We push that line as best as we possibly can. And in some ways, I think you all kind of did it right, because on the one hand, explicit is so fun because you can really let loose and go nuts and say crazy stuff. But on the other hand, you all appeal to a wider audience, and I think that's a really smart move when you are podcasting. I just feel like you can not go further. It's not that the Sundering can't go far. It's honestly because we kind of are lazy. Me and Ray. Not Sarah, but yeah. But I can appreciate not going that route. And we had even considered not being explicit, like for 2 seconds, and then
it's 2 seconds.
I don't think we can pull it off. So let's just embrace our disgusting manner and go with it. So, but thank you. I'm glad you're so nice, and it's so funny when people say that they love, that they like the show, because I think, oh God, she's probably heard me say really bad things.
There is a forgotten video. There's actually 2 forgotten videos that are lost in space and time from last year's Well Played Kickstarter, when we were trying to promote money. And there was a Card Against Humanity's game where I said some not ladylike things, but it was okay. It was fun. But yeah, I can definitely get down with the naughty, not so PG, safe for work stuff. It's fun to let loose.
The first time I heard Turart say a wordy dirty, I about fell out of my chair. And then immediately after that, she followed it up with another just string of language.
Who are you?
I can.
Yeah, it's funny because people like we obviously like we do a very safe for work, non-explicit podcast. And for the most part, my Twitch channel is that way. So the majority of people that know me purely through a camera know me as very clean, very like. But then the people that know me off camera, if you meet me at BlizzCon, the family filter, like the mature filter, comes up.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely a choice, and it's funny how it changes people's perceptions. I think it's really interesting, and that's one of the reasons why I love the Sundering, because I love to kick back and actually enjoy the explicit podcast.
Yes.
And the Bird RP, as Bernardo pointed out.
Yes, Ray will appreciate that.
Yes, I love. No, he won't be joining us in
Ray. No, okay. I'm so sad about it. Unless he makes some sort of surprise appearance, a la me last year, I don't expect him to be there. I really wish he was. Ray is one of my absolute favorite people. He's so. It's funny, him outside of the show versus him on the show. He's a little bit different outside of the show in a good way. And I love him. Oh, by the way, tell Bo I always say his name wrong, so I'm going to say Bo. Tell Bo, because I know Bo is a really big listener for Get Up and Go as well, that he has to come find me, and if he's okay with a hug, we're hugging it out, or we're gonna fist bump. No, I know Bo, because he follows our shows, and that makes me really happy, and maybe you can hug it out and kind of get that first hug, or whatever it is you do feel comfortable doing. So yeah.
Right on. Well, okay. As we're wrapping things up here, is there anything else going on with Calm Before the Storm that you haven't mentioned? Anything that you really want to talk about? We mentioned all the stuff that you have going on. You still got merch for sale.
Yeah.
What else? Did we miss anything?
The only other big things I guess I probably should bring up is Curse is going to have a table there, and Jinx will also have a table there.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so be sure to go by and say hi to those folks as well. Yeah, Curse was a bit of a late addition, but we're really we're really excited about that. Curse will be present. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Other than just being kind of petrified. So if you see me, could you just pat me on the back or something? Because I'm kind of sweating bullets. I do it every year, and then everything turns out okay. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. So, guys, that's going to bring us to time for shout-outs. Zia, any shout-outs this week?
Yes, well, of course, shout out to you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's actually been a while since I've been on somebody else's show. Usually, for whatever reason, Sarah's the one who gets invited. And so I was excited that I got invited. So thank you. My other two shout outs are going to go to Jules, who's doing Well Played in her team, and then Belle, who's handling DitchCon in her team. Those two ladies have been really so sweet to just talk to and stress out with over our respective events. They're amazing ladies. I appreciate what they're doing in terms of event coordination. And so just a big hug and a shot to them if I see them and they want to do one with me, because they both deserve it. I say them and their teams because it's you see one face, but it's usually a really big group of folks who are making things happen. So yeah, those are my shout outs.
Right on. How about you, T?
Well, co-host or shout out to you for bringing me on as a co-host officially. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now, but yay, it'll be fun, guys. I promise. And then I've kind of talked about a little bit here. We're doing that let's kind of teach you how to raid thing every other Monday for the Convert to Raid Guild. And shout out for Marixus. He is a healer who was disc and is now completely switched to holy for me and power leveling to 110 so that we can get up there and teach you newbies how to raid. So shout out to that. And Cuddles, what about you? What shout outs you have going on this week?
Well, huge shout out to everybody that showed up for my 24-hour WoW leveling stream. Thank you to everybody that supported me through that. There's too many people to name that jumped in and helped me out at various levels and various times. And also, of course, I would be remiss if I did not thank the lovely and the wonderful Zia for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
It's funny because I'll tell this story now that it's a year later, and I'm going to assume that Sarah isn't going to listen.
Okay.
Although maybe he will. I think I've told you this.
It depends on what
Zia.
you're about to say.
So last year I asked Zia to come on the show to talk about Calm Before the Storm. I was like a really new podcast back then. And
you were excellent, by the way. Hey, stop right there, because you did you do a really great job. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're way more professional than we are.
I was new, and you guys welcomed me with open arms, and so. But out of respect for the whole thing and not knowing anyone, I went straight to I think I went to the Calm Before the Storm email and was like, hey, do you guys have anyone? Could Sarah maybe come on the show and come do? Could we get Seraphis? And they were like, oh, I got an email back, and Seraphis was like, yeah, I can't do it. Zia's available. And I remember before the show we talked about. Zia was like, well, I'm sorry, I know you asked for Seraphis. I was like, no, I want it. I really wanted Zia, but I didn't think I could ask for Zia. I was like, well, I gotta ask for Seraphis because he's the show host, and yeah. So thank you so much for coming back on the show, the original guest that I truly wanted. No disrespect to Seraphis at all. I would love to have him on the show sometime and just sit here and drink whiskey and talk about things, because that would be awesome.
I I feel like you were like asking for a piece of candy in respect to Halloween. You were asking for a piece of candy from the Halloween bag, and when he handed you like the whole, like here you go. It sounds like that was the case for you, which is hilarious because normally I think Sarah has his act together better than I do. I just kind of giggle and tell everyone how much I love them because it's true. So I thank you for. I have to tell him that he would think it's funny. So.
Well,
yeah.
thank you again for coming on. And as everyone has said, huge shout out to everybody that's working on the parties. And special huge shout out to everyone that works at Blizzard for putting this amazing event that we're about to be experiencing together. This isn't something that they need to do. Like Blizzard doesn't need to do a con. Like this is such a fan service moment. And such a beautiful thing that they do for the community and for all the hard work that goes into it. Special shout out to Celestalon, who may or may not be doing my hair right before the event. We're trying to work around. He had me booked on Thursday. I was like, I gotta get to come before the storm. So I may have different colored hair, but huge shout out to him for what he does for the community and the hair of the community while they're there. Still working on getting Laura to give me a perm.
Oh my god,
that'd be awesome.
That's my goal in life. So Celestalon colors people's hair. I want to either go with Lore or have Lore give me a perm because I know his hair is natural, but mine doesn't look like that, and I'm totally envious. I want a Lore perm. But guys, with that brings us to a magical moment of the show where I get down on my virtual knees and I beg and I plead for those all-important 5-star iTunes reviews. Guys, please leave 5 stars for the Game Case show. Leave 2 stars for Crud Before the Storm, the show all about getting sick right before BlizzCon, kind of like I am right now. It's horrible and it sucks. So leave 2 stars for Crud Before the Storm and 5 stars for the Game Case show. Zia, where can people find you on the intranet?
Yeah, it's good to be sick now because you get it out of your way.
Exactly.
We talked about this. We have a Slack channel for all the World of Podcast participants, and there's a couple folks who are like, I'm so sick right now, but it's good because it'll be gone and I'll feel great. And then, so hopefully it'll be gone by the time you head out there. You can find me in all the things that I'm getting into on Twitter at ITSXIA.
And Turarts?
I am Turarts on Twitter, and I'm also in Discord. That's TURARTS.
Woohoo! Well, guys, that is going to do it for episode 66. If you'd like to join our live audience and hang out in the chat room, come join us on twitch.tv/thegamecase at 10 p.m. Eastern Time each and every Sunday. You'll also find me here 5 nights a week streaming and laughing with my chat room. Thank you for listening to episode 66 of The Game Case. You can find me on Twitter at The Game Case. You can find the show at The Game Case Show. And you can download us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Catch recordings of the live show or all sorts of fun videos at youtube.com/thegamecase, or find all of the things on the official site of The Game Case Show, thegamecase.com. Also, somebody should really turn how many times I say The Game Case into a drinking game.
Shot.
I think you would die by the end. So that's going to do it for this week. Short little heads up, guys. I am planning on maybe trying to tentatively attempt possibly making a show happen on Sunday at BlizzCon. We will see. It depends on the internet where I'm at. It also depends on my sobriety level around 7 p.m. on Sunday. I will be tweeting about it. So follow me and follow these lovely ladies over on the Twitter machine as well. You guys rock. Zia T, say bye.
Bye, guys.
Game Case out.
Thank you for joining us this week inside The Game Case. Please join us next week for more news, tips, and ramblings about the World of Warcraft. Game Case out.